Hey everybody, it's Lon Seibin. Time for another unboxing. This is a Fanless mini PC that came into the channel free of charge from a company called Kodlix, and we're going to unbox it and see what is inside here in just a second. Now again, this came in free of charge. However, all the opinions you're about to hear are my own. Nobody is paying for this unboxing, nor is anyone reviewing it or approving it before it was uploaded. System specs on this one include a Gemini Lake N4100 processor. That's a quad-core chip. You've got 8 gigs of RAM and 64 gigs of storage, and it also supports M2 SATA drives. It looks like it says here 256 gigabytes, but on their website it says 512. So I believe you should be able to get an M2 SATA going in there pretty easily. And you can see also the Wi-Fi support and the LAN support there. So let's unbox it here and see what we got. Some precautions for use. Here is the PC itself. By the way, this starts at around $230 with that 8 gigabyte configuration, which I thought was a pretty decent price, I think, given what they've got inside of it. Case does not feel spectacular. It is plastic. It does feel a bit thin and flimsy, but it is big, which is good when you've got a fanless PC to let some of that heat dissipate on it. We'll look at the thermal performance when we do the full review. You've got a USB Type-C port here, along with 2 USB 3.0 ports, a micro SD card slot, and a power button. I suspect that this port is data only, but we'll put it through its paces and see what else it might be able to do. Your power goes in here. You've got VGA out along with HDMI out here, gigabit Ethernet, and 2 USB 2.0 ports. And it looks like they've got a reset thing there as well. So there looks to be some things that we can access here on this lower panel. So why don't we do that real quick and see what is underneath. Now underneath that panel is just a SATA connector, so we've got to dig a little bit deeper here to get to the rest of this computer, and I suspect that some of the other things we might want to look at are underneath the rubber feet here. Yep, we got to do some more unscrewing. I always hate when they make you peel off these rubber feet because they don't often stick back on that well. So I'm going to go take the rest of this thing apart and see what is inside. Stay tuned. All right, this was not an easy computer to take apart. It just had a lot of screws that were tiny and hard to get out, but we are finally inside. So you can see it's got a large heat spreader here. We've seen worse than this, so it looks like it's got a little bit of some potential here to keep itself cool, but it will be silent, of course, because it is fanless. Here is where the M2 drive will install. Looks like you can do both sizes, the large one and the little one. Note, though, that this has to be an M2 SATA and not an M2 NVMe drive, so just bear that in mind, but that is it there. The RAM does not look to be upgradable on this. I'm looking under the heat spreader here. It looks like it must be soldered down. It doesn't seem like it's got room for RAM slots on it, and that's not such a bad thing given that it's maxed out on RAM anyhow at 8 gigabytes, so that is, I think, not a deal breaker here. It looks like a pretty neat little computer that I am eager to play with. So stay tuned. We're going to do a full review of this soon on my main channel at lon.tv once I put it all back together again. So stay tuned.
This channel is brought to you by the lon.tv supporters, including gold level supporters Chris Allegretta, the 4 Guys with Quarters podcast, Tom Albrecht, and Kalyan Kumar. If you want to help the channel, you can by contributing as little as $1 a month.